Welcome to the Create Prosperity on Purpose video series. I'm so glad that you're here. We all have a relationship with money, whether you're aware of it or not. And your relationship doesn't really have anything to do with how much money you actually have. See, money's sending us messages all the time, just most people aren't listening to them. What I know is that when you can personify your relationship with money, hear those messages, your results, your relationship, the way you are with money, and your prosperity will fundamentally change. My name is Ellen Rogin, and for many years, I was a traditional financial advisor. I worked with my clients to help them plan for retirement, invest their money, save money in taxes, all of those really things that would fall into the category of the science of money, how to handle money. At the same time, I was also really aware that there's other forces at play. I was fascinated with how people think about their money, what they say about it. And what I came to realize is that I was also very intuitive with what was going on with people's money. I used to say that I could tell if someone would be okay with their finances, that they'd be able to hit their goals without them even needing to tell me anything about their personal financial situation. When we would do financial plans for people, I just had a sense of whether they were on track or not. Of course, I ran the projections to show them they would be okay, but I just had an internal knowing. And what I came to realize really late in my career is that I'm actually really tapped into messages that money has for people. I had kind of a awakening experience where this became so evident to me. I was at a workshop and we were doing some work around our intuition. And these were all professionals that had their own businesses, and we were trying to make a difference in the world and growing ourselves in ways that could help us do that. And I was paired as a partner with this guy named James, and the person facilitating this instructed us to think about an issue we had with money. And James was the first person in the partner that was thinking about this. And I had my hands behind his back. And when he turned around, I was supposed to deliver a message to him. Now, what came out of my mouth shocked both of us. He turned around and I said to him, "You for thinking that you can't have me in your life and be spiritual also. I don't even want to be around you." And he took out from under his shirt, he said, "Ellen, this is the patron saint of poverty. One of my clients gave me this necklace." And he took it off. And all of a sudden, I walked next to him, grabbed his hand. We started walking. He said, "Now I want to be with you." When the whole activity was over, I was like, oh my God, what just happened? Now, I like to swear, but I do not do that to someone, at someone, and certainly not someone I don't know and not in a professional setting. And I think this happened to wake both of us up. James clearly got the message that was being delivered to him, and I woke up to the fact that money was talking through me. A few years later, I was speaking at a program that James was going to be at, and I said, "Would it be okay with you if I share this story?" And he said, "Oh my God, yes, Ellen." And I hadn't really talked to him since then. He goes, "You don't understand. Everything in my business changed after that day. I have more business than I know what to do with. And he even looked different, right? He was more suited up, more professional looking than he had when I first encountered him." So what I've come to know over all these years is that money has messages for all of us. And in our time together in these video series, I'm going to show you how you can communicate with money as well. We're going to talk about different ways that you can go from sometimes feeling fear to being really clear with what you want in your money, from worry to excitement, from feeling limited to more abundant in your life. And we're going to really go through a framework that I find incredibly helpful for people. So we're going to talk about these 4 areas that are a framework for creating prosperity on purpose. The first part is to be aware aware of what you're thinking and saying about money, how you can be more present, how you can hear those messages that are coming through. The next part is being clear on what it is you want in your life, clear in using your mind as a tool to create that. And I will share with you activities to actually do that, to envision what you most want in your life and start to generate real results. Care, which is about caring for what you have. Money wants us to take care of it, just like any other relationship. It's not one way. It doesn't just want to hook up where you're using money and not caring for it. So we'll talk about ways to do that, and also share. This is about using generosity as a tool to create more of what you desire in your life. In each video, I'm going to be sharing with you a message from money that I've downloaded, especially for the people watching this video. I do this with individuals, but it's so fun to do as a collective group to find a message that will resonate with you. In each video, I'll also be sharing a meditation that will help clear away any limits that you have, or create the space for you to create more of what you desire with your money and your prosperity. It will be helpful for us to look at our money MO, our modus operandi, how you approach money. We all have been brought up with different attitudes and beliefs. We've had experiences that impact how we are around money. So some self-exploration to start will be helpful. So if you think about these scales of attention and avoidance, where you're at with that, do you spend a lot of energy paying attention to your money, or do you kind of avoid it a lot? Chances are you're somewhere in between. And whether you're judgmental or appreciative with money, do you spend a lot of time judging yourself, how you are with money, judging others, which is really easy to do, or appreciating where you're at, having a sense of gratitude, appreciating the good things that happen to other people? Now, if you're high on attention and high on judgment, the main word there might be control. So part of this might be really helpful. If you're paying a lot of attention to your money, that's cool. If you're paying too much attention, they found that people that pay too much attention to what's going on with their money, not only can it be really stressful for them, but for investments, you actually get worse results when you're paying too much attention. If you're high on judgment, either you're hard on yourself or you're judging other people with what they're doing with their money, you're kind of hard to be around at those extremes. Now, if you're high on avoidance, you don't want to pay any attention, and you're high on judgment, the key word there is blame. So maybe you're blaming the economy, the government, your employer, forces outside of yourself, and you're not really taking action to make it different. That usually doesn't move people ahead. Now, maybe you're somebody who doesn't like paying a lot of attention, is avoiding, but you're really appreciative. Maybe you have someone else in your life that's handling this for you, or you're just a grateful person. The word there might be passivity. So you're not really taking control. You're grateful. You're happy for things that happen. So it might feel good, but you're putting yourself at risk of not being in control, being too reliant on other people. And when you can have the appropriate amount of attention and appreciation, this is where prosperity lives. Now, even in this upper right-hand corner, you want to make sure, if you are someone who, you pay attention and you're really grateful and appreciative of what you have, that you're bringing other people along with you with this. And I want to be very clear that no matter where you find yourself on that chart, there's always things that are assets, things that are good, and maybe things that are growth edges for you that you can do better at. You may also want to be thinking about that where other people in your life fall, and that may be an indication of areas that you could communicate a little bit better with them. My goal throughout all these videos is to having you really get in touch with what your strengths are and find ways that feel fun and exciting to grow those areas that you want to, again, have a better relationship with your money. In each video, I do have a message to share with you from money. And I've downloaded this especially for the people watching this video. And money has, as I said before, messages for us all the time. So I hope this is helpful for you. And I usually start my downloading these messages with a question for money. And I do this through journaling. So I'm going to read some of the notes that I have for you. I wrote, "Hi, Money. What messages do you have for me to share with the people watching this video?" And this is what I heard back. "I am so glad that you're here. You are taking a wonderful step towards building our relationship. For some of you, it's repairing a separation that we've had, and for others, it's building confidence that I am here for you and not leaving. We do have a relationship. Please know this. And if it's been rocky in the past, I'm excited for this to be different, for us to work together to not only create more of what you desire, but also to work together to make things better for other people. This might come in the form of growing your work in the world to serve others, or it might come from you using your financial resources to make a bigger difference in the world." The word for this session is trust. Trust that I will show up for you, that I want to be with you, that you are worthy of me, and that you are very able to manage me well. And as in any relationship, it takes both of us. Thank you for making the commitment to be here. Please stay with us for the rest of the videos. You'll be so glad that you did. Giddy up, let's go. In each video, I'm going to cover a different area that will help build your relationship with money. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to amplify your abundance within. This is about flipping that switch, really looking at what it is you're thinking and saying about money, how to be more present, and how to shift that. So each section, I'm going to give you actionable steps that you can take and practice to build your relationship with money. In the next video after that, it's about advancing your vision. This is about getting super clear on what you desire and finding ways to go from goal setting to goal getting, to incorporate activities that will build your prosperity and abundance in your daily life that are easy and fun. The next part is amping up your impact. This is about using your money as a force for good in the world. This can be used to help build your personal wealth. It can be used to build your business wealth, but also to make that mark on the world that you're supposed to be making. And in the last session, we'll be talking about how to accelerate your money intuition. How do you communicate more with money? How do you listen to the messages that are coming through to help you be even better with your personal finances and your business finances? I am so excited to be here with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.